The world is filled with many game developers, all with their own ideas for making video games. Many indie devs have created some of the greatest games this world has ever seen, like Stardew Valley, Celeste, and even Undertale. Some of these indie games have been some of the most unique games ever made by an indie dev. But I personally think that the most unique indie games comes from itch.io. This site is full of weird and unique games that you would never see anywhere else. These games are also some of the most broken games I've ever seen. So broken to where you can find cool skips and helpful glitches. Some I'll mention will be quick and brief, some will be a little longer and more descriptive depending on the game and its tricks. Now let's get started. In this game called SlimeTrials, you play as a girl who turned into a slime because of a freak accident in her friend's lab. In this game, there's at least one broken thing I found. There are some areas where if you jump off the playable area, you'll spawn further in the level, avoiding parts like jumping up these boxes, for example. This next game has something very big. It's called Otherworld Excavation Priscilla. This is a demo of the game, and just a warning, this game is pretty dark and I apologize for that. After I move this rubble and trigger the dialogue and cutscene to continue, you can jump on top of this thing and get on top of the out of bounds wall, making your way to the end of the dungeon, skipping a cutscene and some encounters. You have to jump back into the level to get the item at the end, but you could get back on top of the wall and jump into the void to spawn back at the start of the game without having to go through the dungeon. Here's a game I did a speedrun of recently, Shrek Is Real. This is one of those shorts, collect a few items and it ends game. The broken thing here is when you walk around some areas, the game causes the onion count to go up without having to go to the original spots for the other onions. This could allow you to beat the game in about a minute. Oh wait, it's been confirmed by the developer that the onion count went up because the evil Shreks around the area picked them up. He even put this in the game on purpose, so I guess it's not broken. Whatever, I'm still keeping this in. Man, this next game was a fun one. I found a few broken things in this one. This game is called WindTale. In the third area of the game, originally, you're supposed to have one of those blocks under this thing here to exit the area, but you could just jump on the end and quickly jump off, skipping this puzzle. In the next area, I could get out of bounds at the door. Getting out of bounds here allows me to skip this path and a puzzle at the temple, getting inside right away at the entrance from behind. This area here, the whole left side has no hitbox and you can go out of bounds. I don't know if this game is incomplete or if I'm just stupid, but I couldn't figure out how to get past here. I guess this out of bounds is useless, but still cool. This next game is super broken and incredible. It's called Insanity Souls. You play as a creepy girl in a creepy setting, I guess trying to figure out who the monster is that killed her parents. This house you start in, there's nothing broken here, but the game is insanely broken outside. You could easily get out of bounds here at this gate. Actually, you could pretty much get out of bounds anywhere easily. I'm thinking that this was just an accidental mistake by the developer, being able to easily climb most slopes, being able to get out of bounds so easily. Another cool broken thing is how far the out of bounds area goes. I was going straight for at least 15 minutes. It felt like it was endless, but then I finally reached the end. There was nothing but the usual gaming background, and down below was white. I jumped down and I stayed falling for even up to 5 minutes. Man, this game could be so amazing for speedrunning, especially if you can find the right out of bounds areas. Now I've got a very great classic for you guys. Mr. Krabs Overdoses on Ketamine. This game is basically about the town of Bikini Bottom being addicted to ketamine, and you go around giving ketamine to the main characters. This game has some of the best broken traits I've seen in an itch.io game. The first is being able to clip into buildings using the car. You can get flung out of the car if you exit at the right time, allowing you to clip into buildings like the Krusty Krab and the Chum Bucket. The car breaks the game in a few ways. If you jump and grab onto the boat, you can launch yourself in many directions, even towards the Chum Bucket, clipping into it much quicker. This is a funny one. You can also kill yourself quickly by jumping and grabbing onto the front of the boat. Our next game is called Morpho. You play as a little girl who has the ability to turn into a butterfly, and you must traverse through what looks like a mountainous cave region. This game is broken all over. In a lot of places you can go up the mountain walls, and on top of that, you can go through the walls as well, even allowing you to reach the top of the level. Transforming into a butterfly also allows you to skip having to go around blocked parts. Like here, for example. I can turn into a butterfly and go through this wall, bypassing the boulder. I bet speedrunners can find ways to beat this game in just a few minutes, maybe less. As you can see, there are quite a few games on itch.io that are broken, filled with skips and glitches, and I'm sure that there are a lot more. Thanks so much for watching this video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, then speedrun hitting that like button as fast as possible. And if you want to see more speedrun related content, then glitch that subscribe button, turn it gray. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye, everybody.